Welcome. This is a continuation of rules of the road questions, and we're moving on with question 11. Vehicle with inefficient brakes must be towed. Is it A, with a rope not longer than 3.5 meters? Is it B, with a tow bar? Or is it C, on a trailer? Correct answer is B. Reason why the answer is B is because when towing with a tow bar and the vehicle has inefficient brakes, meaning the brakes are not working 100% on the vehicle that's being towed, the tow bar will help stop that vehicle because it's a bar, it's solid, and it will basically make the vehicle that's being towed and the vehicle that's also towing be as one unit. That's the reason why we are towing with a tow bar when a vehicle has inefficient brakes. Right, let's move on to the next one. Question 12. Your following distance of a vehicle may only be considered safe if, should the vehicle in front of you suddenly stop, you can. Is it A, stop without swerving? Is it B, swerve and stop next to it? Or is it C, swerve and overtake? The correct answer is A, stop without swerving. Why would the correct answer be A? That's because if you stop without swerving, the chances of you getting involved in an accident with somebody else other than the person in front of you is less. That's the reason why. So if you swerve, for example, in B, if you swerve and stop next to the vehicle, what's the chances that there's another vehicle next to you that you can't swerve to that direction or even swerve to oncoming traffic? See where the issue goes. And then if we have a look at C, swerve and overtake. Yes, you can swerve on and overtake. However, what if you have oncoming traffic or you're in multiple lanes? Then it's a different story. So the best way to stop is to stop without swerving behind the vehicle that you're following. That is why the correct answer is answer A. Question 13. If not indicated by a sign, the general speed limit in a city or town is kilometers per hour. So the options available, option A is 60 kilometers per hour, option B is 90 kilometers per hour, option C is 100 kilometers per hour. Correct answer is option A, 60 kilometers per hour. That's the speed limit in a city or town. Reason is because you are in a city, there is people, and if you are in a town also, there are people around. In other words, there are pedestrians around and other moving objects around. So best speed to travel in is 60 because you've got a better chance of stopping the moment you see an obstruction in the road. If you go higher than that, you go to 90, you're going to be killing people. 100, even worse. You're basically a killer. You shouldn't even have your license. That's the whole idea. So the most important speed limit to stick to in a city or town is 60 kilometers an hour. Let's move on to the next question. Question 14. You may, on a public road, is it A, pass on the left of a vehicle turning right, as long as you do not drive on the shoulder of the road to do so? Or is it B, pass another car anywhere on the left-hand side if it's turning right? Or is it C, not pass any car on the left-hand side? Correct answer is answer A. The answer is pass on the left of the vehicle turning right as long as you do not drive on the shoulder of the road. So the other answer that looks as if it's right is answer B, that says pass another car anywhere on the left hand side if it's turning right. The reason why answer B is not correct is because it's missing the option that states as long as you do not drive on the shoulder of the road. And I've experienced this before. If you are passing somebody and you're in speed and you're passing on the left hand side because they're turning right and you drive on the shoulder of the road, there's a high chance that you might end up crashing. So that's why option A is the only right answer. When passing somebody on the road and they're turning left, you should pass them as long as you are not going to be driving on the shoulder of the road. All right, that's question 14. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 15. At an intersection, ... And then it's asking, is it answer A, pedestrians who are already crossing when the red man signal appears have the right of way? Is it option B, you can pass on the left of another car waiting to turn right by going off the road? Or is it option C, you cannot stop and let people off? All right, the correct answer is option A. Pedestrians who are already crossing When the red man signal appears, have the right of way in an intersection. Okay, option C is definitely not correct. You're not a taxi driver that you can stop anywhere and let people off. Option B is also not correct. You cannot pass on the left of another vehicle waiting to turn right by going off the road. That is wrong. You should not be going off the road by when you are trying to overtake somebody. That's not right. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question 16. You must not drive into an intersection when or if the robot, in other words, the traffic light, is orange and you are already in the intersection. The car in front of you, so that's now option B, the car in front of you is turning right and there is enough space for you to pass him on the left. Or is it option C, you are going to jam traffic because there is not enough space for you to turn right? So the correct answer here is option C. You must not drive into an intersection when you are going to jam traffic because there is not enough space for you to turn right. Self-explanatory. There is not enough space, don't go in the gap. Wait when there is enough space and then you go in the gap. That's basically how you practice good driving. All right, let's move on to the next question. Very famous question, question 17. What should you do if you're involved in an accident? We pray that you don't get involved in an accident, but let's also learn on that. What should you do if you were involved in an accident? Is it answer 1, immediately stop the car? Answer 2, find out if anyone is injured? Answer 3, consume alcohol to treat the shock? Just by looking at it, please do not consume alcohol after being involved in an accident as if you are treating the shock. No. That is very wrong. Do not do that. Okay, let's get back to the question. All right, so the answer, is it answer A, which is 1 and 2? And 1 and 2 is immediately stop the car, find out if anyone is injured. Or is it answer B, 2 and 3, which states find out if anyone is injured or consume alcohol to treat the shock? Definitely not. Or is it option C, consume alcohol to treat the shock? Hell no. No, we do not consume alcohol to treat any shock when involved in an accident. Very wrong. Answer is option A, which is 1 and 2. Immediately stop the car, handbrake up, neutral, and find out if anyone is injured. And when you stop the car at the exact spot where you were hit or involved in an accident. The reason is because you need to take pictures of the current situation. In case you're blocking traffic and all that stuff and things get out of hand, it's best that you stop, take pictures of the accident scene, make sure you've got evidence, and then you can move on to the next step, which would be, of course, contacting emergency services, contacting your insurance. That's the way to go. So consuming alcohol, don't even think about it. Leave that for people that are in their own world. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 18. What do you do when you see the red light flashing on a robot or traffic light? What do you do? Is it option A, stop and wait until the light turns green? Option B, stop and proceed only if it is safe to do so? Option C, watch out for a police roadblock. Okay, the correct answer there is option B, stop and proceed only if it is safe to do so. That's the correct answer. So basically, when a traffic light is flashing red, it basically turns that whole area of that section where the traffic lights are into a four-way stop. So you stop and you proceed only if it is safe to do so. The first one that comes to a stop is the first one that leaves. So you go according to who came first to that traffic stop. That's basically how it works. Okay, so the other answers are not correct. Reason is the first one states stop and wait until the light turns green. Well, the light won't turn green because the robot is just flashing red, as in something is wrong with the traffic light. That's why it's flashing red. The other one is watch out for police roadblock. Now, that one is also incorrect. Whenever there's a police roadblock, what you will see is blue lights. That's number one. It will be visible from far. And you will also see signs, road signs, stating that there's a police roadblock in front. You will be notified by your GPS as well. If you drive with GPS, you will be notified on that. So that's the whole story on that question. Let's move on to the next question. And before moving on, when the traffic light flashes red, this is a common thing that used to happen when we had load shedding. It will flash red when the power comes back. So just remember that the road, that specific road, turns into a four-way stop. That remains the rule. It turns into a four-way stop. First one that stops is the first one that leaves when it is safe to do so. Alrighty, let's move on to the next question. Question 19. The legal speed you may drive your car is it option A, is 100 kilometers an hour on urban roads? Option B, can be decided by you? Or is it option C, is shown by road signs alongside the roadway? This is a similar question that we saw in the first video. If you've not watched that video, please check it out in the playlist or on our channel, and you will see other questions there to help you learn your K53 learner's test even better. So the correct answer here is option C. The legal speed you may drive your car is shown by road signs alongside the roadway that you're driving. So always remember that the roadway that you're driving will always have some road signs to guide you on the speed limit. If there isn't any road signs, stick to your 60 kilometers per hour. Don't be in a hurry. Speed kills in everything. Not only driving, in everything speed kills. So that's why you need to drive the speed according to what the road signs alongside the road shows you. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Question 20. At a traffic circle, the vehicle that has the right of way. Okay, is it option A, the vehicle that is already in the circle? Option B, the vehicle that is approaching? Or is it option C, the vehicle that is first over the line? The correct answer is option C. The vehicle that is first over the line is the vehicle that has the right of way. So let me explain that a little bit better. So the vehicle that is first over the line that they're talking about is the line into the circle. So that vehicle that first over the line into the circle has right of way. Any other vehicle that is approaching the circle does not have right of way. I actually would like to hear your comments on this one. Please drop down your comments on your thinking on this specific question. Some people would also say the correct answer would be option A, because that specific vehicle has right of way because it's already in the circle. That to me is also right, but let's start the conversation. Let's hear your reasoning behind that. Okay, let's move on to the next question. We'll actually be going up to question 25. Question 21. Regarding seat belts, which of the following is /R correct? Is it 1, if your car has seat belts in the back seat, you must wear them? Is it 2, you do not wear seat belts while reversing? Is it 3, children under 14 years of age do not have to wear seat belts? Or is it 4, if there is a seat belt in the front seat, a passenger may not sit at the back where there is no seat belt? Okay, let's see which one is the correct answer. Is it option A, all of the above are correct? Or is it option B, 1 and 2 are correct? Or is it option C, 3 and 4 are correct? The correct answer is option B, 1 and 2 are correct. So to rephrase the question again, regarding seatbelts, which of the following is/are correct? If your car has seatbelts in the back seat, you must wear them. That's correct. And option number 2, you do not wear seatbelts while reversing. That's also correct. Reason is because when you're reversing, you need to turn your body to the back as well to actually see while when reversing. You don't only check your mirrors and rear view mirrors when reversing. No, you also need to at least turn to the back and see how you're reversing the vehicle. That's why option 1 and 2 are correct. All right, let's move on to the next one. Question 22. The thread of your car's tires should not be less than millimeters. All right, is it option A, 0.75, or is it option B, 1 millimeters, or is it option C, 1.5 millimeters? All right, the correct answer is option B. The thread of your car's tires should not be less than 1 millimeters. That's very small, but the whole idea is thread of the vehicle actually help with grip when driving, and especially in wet weather, the thread actually helps grip on the road. The correct terminology for that is traction. Yes, it helps with traction. So if your thread of your tires is less than 1 millimeter, when you press brakes, especially when the roads are wet, your vehicle will not stop. It will slip and you will end up crashing. So that's why you always need to be checking your tires at least once a month. Just take a look at your tires and see. And also, as a good driver, you need to be rotating your tires. You will need to go to a tire shop, for example, build a relationship with them, and hear from them. How often should you be rotating your tires? For some people, it's every 5,000 kilometers. Rotate your tires so that they finish evenly and not one tire's finished on the one side and the other one is finished on the other side. And here your vehicle starts sounding funny at a later stage and you've got no idea what's going on. So best practice, rotate your tires as well. So that's a topic on tires. Also, tire pressure is very important. It helps your vehicle basically run economically. Yeah, I won't touch on that, but it's just some extra information that I'm adding in the middle there so that you can go out there and also look for the information and learn on how to look at your vehicle better. Don't just be a driver that just climbs in and just turns on the car and goes. No, you also need to be checking oil. You need to be checking coolant. Your cam belt also needs to be checked. You know, all those types of little things makes it great that your car lasts long. All right. Okay, let me move on to the next question. I'm here teaching about how to look after your car. Let's go back to the test. All right. Question 23. Okay, question 23 states you can transport goods on your vehicle so that they, is it option A, protrude 450 millimeters in front, basically sticking out 450 in front of your vehicle, or is it option B, together with your vehicle are 2.4 meters wide? That's now in wideness, how wide that object you're carrying is. And then is it option C, protrude 2 meters at the back? All right, so the correct answer is option B, together with your vehicle, whatever you're transporting should not be over 2.4 meters wide. That's the correct answer. Reason is because if it's wider than that, then it's an oversized load. Then it needs traffic officers to be traveling with you. I don't know if you've seen oversized loads in the road. Most of them they're traveling through the night when the traffic is less to minimize the chances of accidents. And also on the outskirts, they also do it on the outskirts. So that's the reason why, together with the vehicle and the object you're transporting, it should not be more than 2.4 meters wide. The protruding of 450 millimeters in the front, that's perfectly fine. That's only 45 centimeters in the front. That's perfectly fine. And the protruding of 2 meters at the back, that's also perfectly fine, because the maximum length a vehicle needs to be is, I believe, 22 meters long. So yeah, as long as you don't bypass that, you are perfectly fine within the legal limits. Perfect. Let's move on to the next question. Question 24. When is the only time that you can stop on a freeway? Very good question. Is it option A, when you are tired? Or is it option B, to obey a road sign? Or is it option C, when you want to have a smoke break? Okay, correct answer is option B, to obey a road sign. So the reason why freeway is there, so that it can have constant, quick flow of traffic. It's to prevent congestion. So you can't be on a freeway and you decide, okay, no, I'm suddenly just going to stop because I'm tired. So I'm going to stop in the middle of the freeway. No. You're going to end up causing catastrophic issues there. People are going to die. It's really, really dangerous. It's best that you pull on the side of the road. If you are tired, pull on the side of the road, not inside, and take a rest or take an off ramp outside of the freeway. It's much safer to be outside of the freeway when stopping than inside of the freeway. And then when you want to have a smoke break, no, unfortunately not. When you want to have a smoke break, you don't have to stop on the freeway. Also pull out on the side of the freeway on off ramp, go into a town or city or something, and then have your smoke break there, but not in the freeway. And most people smoke in the vehicles as well. So yeah, that's the whole idea there. But the correct answer is to obey a road sign. If there is a road sign there that advises that the freeway comes to an end and you will either have to turn left or right, then there will be a stop street there. So you get there, you stop, and then you move after doing your observation and check that it is safe to do so. Then you move, you turn left or you turn right. That's a basic explanation of that question. Let's move on to question 25. Question 25. Okay. You may not stop on a public road. Option 1, when facing oncoming traffic. Option 2, next to an obstruction in the road. Or option 3, on the pavement. Okay, so let's see. The options available for the answers: option A, one only, which is facing oncoming traffic; option B, one and two, facing oncoming traffic and next to an obstruction in the road; option C, all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. You may not stop on a public road if you are facing oncoming traffic, and if you are next to an obstruction in the road, or if you are on the pavement. You may not do that. I'm not too sure if many of you have seen in the cities when you park your vehicle on a pavement where pedestrians should be walking past, and a law enforcement, like in the city of Cape Town, comes through and sees that, they will give you a ticket. So that's the reason why you're not allowed to park on the pavement or stop on the pavement. You shouldn't be on the pavement in the first place. That's the whole idea. So why are you even on the pavement? You should be in the road. That's what's designated for you. All right. So that's question 25. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you really enjoyed it, please subscribe and consider sharing this to somebody that needs this. You saw the stats. Many women are not drivers. They don't possess driver's licenses. So we out there to change that women should also possess driving licenses and also own vehicles, finance vehicles, and also be free, that they can wake up anytime they want to wake up and climb in the car and go do shopping and whatever they want to do. So that's the whole idea. We are on a mission to get more safer drivers on the road. Thank you. Subscribe for more.